Hey guys, and welcome to day 2 of my 12 days project on this channel. So today I've got a tutorial video for you guys. It's actually a really good trick that I think you guys are going to love. It's sort of a mind reading effect with the aces, but not just 4 aces. It actually uses 8, okay? And well, you'll see what I mean in a minute. We'll have the performance video right now so you can see what the effect looks like. So this trick's a little different in that it only uses 8 cards, okay? So I've got 4 red aces and 4 blue aces, okay? And this is actually a bit of a mind reading effect. What's going to happen is the spectator is going to choose an ace, okay? So out of all the possible ones, they could choose, the ace of spades, maybe a bit of an obvious choice, or perhaps they could go for a less obvious one of the remaining 3. Because obviously the ace of spades is the most commonly picked card in the deck, so maybe they want to choose one of the others. Okay. Now what happens is I take the blue aces, I put those down on the left hand side, and then I take the red aces, and they go down over here. So we've got 2 separate piles, and then all the spectator does is name an ace out loud. And I haven't got a spectator with me, so I'm just going to make it up and say that they're going to pick the ace of hearts. Okay. So there's really random choice. They could name any ace they want. Just like that, 2 aces switch places, okay? So now if we take a look in the red pile, there's a blue card. And I'm pretty sure that if we take a look at which ace that blue card is, it's the ace of hearts, just like the spectator named, okay? But look, if we take that ace of hearts, that belongs on this pile over here. But we've only got 3 red aces now, so that means that over in this pile there must also be a red card. And I'm pretty sure that if the blue ace of hearts went over there, then the red ace of hearts must be over here. So that's the effect. The 2 aces that the spectator named actually switched places. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? That the ace of hearts just switches places like that. So that's the performance, and that can happen with any ace, okay? So if they're named spades, diamonds, or clubs, the outcome would have been pretty much the same. The effect would have been the same. The aces would have switched places, okay? Obviously, I'm not going to perform all the different variations because that would take me ages. But that's the performance. Let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so let's get straight into the tutorial. You're going to need, obviously, you've just watched the performance, you're going to need 8 aces. And you're going to need them to have different coloured backs. Okay, so you need 4 aces from one deck and 4 aces from another. So I've just got red aces and blue aces, that's probably the simplest way to do it. Once you've got those, there is a slight setup you need to do as well. So once you've got your 8 aces, your 4 aces from each deck, this is how you're going to set them up. You're going to take the aces and you're going to get both piles in this order. So you want your ace of spades, followed by the ace of hearts, followed by the ace of clubs, then the ace of diamonds. Okay, so it's a black, red order. Spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds, okay? So if you can think of a way to remember that, let me know down in the comment section down below, because I just have to literally remember it. Spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds, just using my memory like that. I haven't got any special way of remembering it. But yeah, set up both piles like that. So over here we're going to have spades, hearts, clubs and diamonds. So that's the start of how you do it. And then there's a slight other thing we need to do as well. So with one of the packets, you need to take the ace of diamonds and place it behind the ace of spades, but you only do this with one of the packets. Okay, so I've just done that with my red aces. My blue aces are as we set them up originally. Now you're going to put both packets together, and the packet which has the ace of diamonds on the bottom here, so this one goes on top of the other packet. So the final setup should look like this. Okay, I'll just leave it out for you guys so you can compare your setup to that. So it should run spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds, diamonds, spades, hearts, clubs. Okay, and that's the setup. So with that being said, let's get into the actual tutorial. So when I said in the performance that the spectator can literally pick any ace they want, they 100% can. Because all that's going to happen is you're just going to vary the way you sort of reveal which ace is a different colour. So we're going to use double lifts and things like that to manipulate the way you can show which card has changed colour, and that's how we're able to achieve this effect where any of the aces can change colour. Okay. So this is how the effect starts. You say to the spectator, look, I've got 8 aces here, so you can see I've got 4 red aces and 4 blue backed aces. Now all I want you to do is think of an ace, and while you say this to them, this is going to distract them slightly because they've just been told to do something. And when you give someone a command or you tell them to do something, obviously the brain's going to be thinking about what they've got to do. It's not as focused on your hands anymore. So this is perfect misdirection to do this little move right here. Okay. So if you guys didn't catch that, because it is a really small move, what's happening is this: you've got your red aces and your blue aces. All that's going to happen is you switch the ace of diamonds from each packet. So originally you've got your red ace of diamonds over here and your blue ace of diamonds over here. The 2 diamonds are together. What's going to happen is you use your right middle finger, and that contacts the back of the blue ace of diamonds here, and then your left thumb contacts the face of the red ace of diamonds on the right. And what happens is you switch packets with the ace of diamonds. So you take the blue ace of diamonds to the red packet and the red one to the blue packet. So now if I show my hands, you can see I've got 1 blue card over here and 1 red card over here. And that's sort of the premise about how the whole trick works. Okay, so you can go from here, you say, all I want you to do is think of an ace. And you separate your hands, you do it very quickly, and because the diamonds were together at the start, it doesn't really look like anything's happened. So you just go in here, you pull that way with your thumb and right with your right middle finger. You can see they just switch. And if you do it quickly, you say, do you want me to think of an ace? Okay, it's not noticeable at all. No one will ever catch you doing that. And of course now you've got a different coloured card in each packet, so you're ready to actually perform the effect. So from here, you're going to set both packets down on the table, and there's a bit of setup that we need to do. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take this packet on the right hand side. You're going to pick it up, and you're going to say, okay, so you can name any ace you want. You could perhaps name the ace of spades. And as you do this, you take up the top 2 cards, so there should be a clubs and a hearts. You're going to point to the ace of spades, and then you're going to slide these 2 cards to the bottom. Okay, so now your order is hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades. Then you're going to set that packet back down on the right. Okay, so once again, pick up the packet, you say, you can name any ace you want. Perhaps you want to name the ace of spades. Leave that packet down on the right. You're going to leave that one for a minute, and you're going to go to the left hand pile. You pick up the cards on the left, and you say, however, the ace of spades, which is on the bottom, so you slide that ace of spades from the bottom, like this. You say, however, the ace of spades is quite a common card, maybe you want to pick one of the other 3. Then you take the ace of spades and you put it on top. And then regrip the cards in a mechanics grip. So once again, pick it up. However, the ace of spades is quite a common card, so maybe you want to pick one of the other 3. Regrip, mechanics grip. Those are the first 2 steps. Now we're going to need to do some Elmsley counts. If you don't know how to do an Elmsley count, I'll leave a link to my tutorial on screen and in the description down below. Really, you need to go and learn that if you're going to do this effect. But I'm assuming most of you guys will know how to do that because I've taught it quite a while ago on my channel. So let's carry on. Once you're in this position, you turn the cards over, being careful not to flash that red ace of diamonds. Turn the cards over, and you're going to perform an Elmsley count. Okay, so you say, look, I'll put my blue backed aces down over here. Once you've done the Elmsley count, you take the top 2 cards, you cut them to the table, and then the other 2 cards you cut them on top. Okay, so that's that step right there. Let's just go through it once more. Okay, so once again, once you've got that ace of spades on top, you turn the pack over, you're going to perform an Elmsley count. You show all the blue aces are over here. Then you get a pinky break under the top 2 cards, cut those 2 cards to the table, and place those other 2 cards on top. Obviously be very careful not to flash that red ace there. So that's the complete setup for the left hand side. Now we're going to go back over to the right hand side and do pretty much exactly the same thing. Actually, it's exactly the same. You turn it over, you perform an Elmsley count, the top 2 cards you cut to the table, and you place the other 2 on top, being careful not to flash the blue ace. Okay, so that's the complete setup. So now if we were to have a look at what the order is, it should go clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades on the left, and there should be the exact same clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades on the right. So now you're completely set up for any situation the spectator can throw at you. So at this point, you've given all your spiel about how they're going to pick an ace, and they've got a free choice. Doesn't matter which one they pick. Once you're in this position, you say, okay, so which ace do you want to pick? And they say out loud one of the aces. So I'm just going to go through how you reveal each ace. So let's start off with the easiest one, the ace of diamonds. If the spectator names the ace of diamonds, you literally have a miracle set up for you, okay? Because the aces that we've switched happen to be the ace of diamonds. So if that's the one they name, you're very lucky, and you can just literally spread out the cards and show, well, first of all you can do some sort of like that over the cards, just to add a bit of a bit of suspense to the effect. You say, okay, the ace of diamonds, watch. Just like that, the ace of diamonds from each packet actually switch places. So look, if we take a look in the red pile, there's one blue card, and if we take a look in the blue pile, there's one red card. And as we know that these cards are the ace of diamonds, if that's the one they named, what you can actually do is have the spectator turn over the cards, so they can actually look at that card and say, oh my god, it's much more interactive because they can do it themselves. And it literally does look like a miracle because there's nothing you have to do after that point. So if they name the ace of diamonds, it's very easy for you because it's all set up, but the likelihood is there's a 75% chance they're not going to pick the ace of diamonds. They're going to pick spades, hearts or clubs. So what do you do if they name one of those? Well, I'm going to go through those options one by one right now. Okay, so the next easiest option for you is ace of hearts. So if they name the ace of hearts, I'd be pretty happy. It's pretty easy. So if we take a look at where the ace of hearts is in each packet, you can see it's in 3rd position. Okay, so it's 3rd position over here, 3rd over here. And if you look, the ace of hearts is actually underneath the red card. So, you heard about what I said about double lifts earlier. You're probably thinking already what we're going to do. You do your snap, you say ace of hearts, just like that they switch places. And then you can pick up either pile, and this is what you do. You can either do a pinky pull down on the bottom card, or you can just riffle up one card. I just riffle up. And then you're going to get a pinky break underneath the top 3 cards, okay? So you've got a pinky break underneath the ace of hearts now. Then what you do is you slide all those 3 cards forward, about half the length of a card, and then you let go and you pull only the top card back. So now you can see the red card is protruding from the pack. So to the spectator, they think that this is only 1 card, however to us we know it's 2, okay? So you've got the ace of diamonds and the ace of hearts underneath, and that's perfectly aligned as well. So once you've done that, you take your right hand, you pull that out and flip it over on top, and you say, look, the 1 red card in the blue packet is the ace of hearts. So once again, we'll just go through that. Pinky break underneath the top 3 cards, push them all forward, and then pull the top card back. Flip it over and show, look, the ace of hearts is that card. Then you're going to do a double lift. And you're going to take this red card, don't show its face again because obviously it'll be different. Take the red card and put it on top of the red pile and say, this card belongs over here. Then what you do is you pick up the red pile. We're going to do the same thing. You get a break underneath all those cards. So you get a break underneath the ace of hearts. Push all those cards forward, and this time you're going to need to pull 2 cards back. Okay. Once you see that blue card, you flip it over and show, look, there's the ace of hearts. Double lift, put the blue card on the blue pile, and then to finish it off, you can just put all the cards back together and say, look, and the one card that the spectator happened to pick was the ace of hearts, and that's the one that jumped. It's weird, isn't it? And then you can finish off with that final convincer showing that ace of hearts on top. So that's what happens if they pick the ace of hearts. Let's take a look if they pick clubs. Okay, so if they pick clubs, let's take a look. Clubs is on top of both packets. Okay, so we're going to need to do a bit of rearranging of the cards to get it in that position where we can do a double lift. So to do this, all we're going to do is you're going to say, okay, you want to pick the ace of clubs. Well, look, if we take a look at this blue packet, there's 1 red card. And just like that, you switch the order, okay? So once again, all you're going to do is you hand off this ace of clubs into the right hand, then you put another card, this red card on top of it, and then you put another card on top of that. So you're just reversing the order of the top 3 cards. So now the ace of clubs and the ace of hearts have basically switched positions. So once you do that, you say, look, there's that 1 red card, and it's literally the same thing we did for the ace of hearts. You push the 3 cards forward, you pull 1 card back, double lift to show that's the ace of clubs, and flip it over. Then you put your red card over here, and you just need to reverse the order again. So this time, instead of feeding 3 cards off, you're going to feed 4 cards off. So you say, look. Okay, so you feed these 4 cards off. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now the ace of clubs is the one underneath the ace of diamonds. Put those 4 cards back on. But now, this time you need to riffle down 2 cards on the bottom. Then you push the 3 cards forward and the top card back. Pull it out and you say, look, the ace of clubs has switched positions in both packets. You place the blue card back on the blue pile and you say, isn't it weird that the ace of clubs, the one you named, was actually the one that switched? Once again, you've convinced them that you're a thought-reading, miracle worker person. That's what we do for clubs. Let's take a look at the final option, which is spades. Okay, so if they name the ace of spades, this is actually probably the most difficult technically to do. However, let's get into how to do it. You can see the ace of spades is on the bottom of both packets. So we're going to need to do rearranging again to get it in the right position. So to rearrange to get the ace of spades in the right position, what you do is this. You're not going to reverse the order this time. You just hand off the first card and the second card. But this time, instead of handing off the 3rd card underneath, you're going to put the ace of spades underneath, like that. Okay. So once again, you say, okay, you want the ace of spades, and then you put the bottom card in 3rd position, and then put those 3 cards back on top. So now you've moved the ace of spades into 3rd position, which is where we want it. Once you've done that, you get a break under the 3 cards, push the 3 forward, you pull 1 back, you turn over that card and say, look, the ace of spades has switched position. You do your double lift, you put the red card over here, and you say, but look, if we take a look at the red packet, and you're just going to switch positions again, so you feed off the cards without reversing the order. 1, 2, 3. You put the bottom card, which is the ace of spades, into the position underneath the blue card, put those cards back on top. Then you get a break under the top 4 cards. You push all 4 forward. Then you're going to pull 2 back until you see the blue card. Take it out, take a look and you say, look, the ace of spades switched packets. Isn't that weird? You put the blue card on the blue packet, put those on top and say, that ace of spades, the one you picked, you could have named any card, but you chose this one, and that's the one that switched. So you've got your final convincer again. So that's how you do it for every single option that the spectator could choose. Okay then guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, favourite, comment and subscribe. I know it's a bit of a complicated trick at times because you have to remember all the different methods of showing each individual ace, depending on which one the spectator names. But once you get it down, it is worth it. So do try and persevere with it. So that was day 2 of the 12 days project. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. As always, guys, this has been Complete Deception, and I'll see you later.